everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a returning subscriber. If you're new, I am Kim. I'm so thankful that you stopped on this video. Today's video is about the 25 books that I want to read in this upcoming year of 2025. They're in no random order. I have some chunkers on here. I have a little bit smaller books, romance, horror, or thrillers. Some high fantasy books. There's a kind of a mixture that I have left over from previous year or two that I have been purchasing books. So I can't wait to actually read them, keep them if I love them, unhaul them if I don't. Again, I want to just curate my shelves to the books that I absolutely love and can see myself rereading in the future. Alright, so we're going to start with this stack of books. I have 3 separate stacks. Yeah, I've got a lot of books. But again, this is the challenge that is going on all over BookTube, reading 25 books in the year 2025. Again, some of these are series. Again, do I want to keep them or do I want to pass them on? The first book, a massive chunker. This is A Time of Courage by John Gwynne. The next one, this is A Time of Blood, also by the author John Gwynne. I believe I read the first one, The Time of Dread, early on last year. I enjoyed it. I listened to it more audio, so I'll probably try to do the same with these other 2. And then that should complete out that trilogy. Get another series off my list. The next book, this is The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. I think this is part of a series, but I'm trying to get better a little bit about not buying a whole series if I don't enjoy them. These books are from the time before that, where all I did was buy whole series so I could binge them. And then I found out that I may not have liked book 1, and then I'll have the whole series. Become a huge favorite author of mine. This is Darcy Coates' Dead of Winter. Let's see. Some of these have already been pulled. If you have not checked out my January TBR, some of these you will recognize from that video. Better Luck Next Time by A.R. Casella and Denise Grover Swank. This is the second book in this series. It's called Asheville Brewery series. This is the second book. I think there may be 4 books, maybe 5. I know I got the first book in the Reveal book box back when I subscribed to it. That's how I found that series. Really enjoyed it. I think I've only read 1 book. I think that may be the second one. Then I have The Demon of Brownsville Road by Bob Cranmer and Erica Manfred. Again, this is, I think, supposed to be based off of a true story style book, horror, haunted house, that type of thing. Then I have The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. That, you guys should be familiar with that one. For a while it was all over BookTube. And then A Ruin of Roses by K.F. Breen, and I believe this is a romantasy, kind of a shifter romantasy if I'm not mistaken. And then I have several manga. I'm not sure why they're not all together, but this is volume 5 from collector's edition for the Fruits Basket. I really enjoyed this. There are like 12 plus books maybe in the collector's edition. Yes, Nyx has come. Go on. She has been, go on. Very interesting, as you can tell. She got angry because I told her no, or she got possessive with the box. I can't remember. She did that last night. Fun times. This is either book 2 or book 3 out of this series. Again, I read the first book. This is Nightblood by Ellie Blake. Again, book 2 or 3. I read the first one a couple of years ago. I may end up having to do a little bit of everything to keep her appeased. So again, the first book was Frostblood. Again, I read it a couple of years ago. I may have to go back and do a synopsis read of it to remember what's all going on. Another book out of that series, this is Fireblood. Again, back when I was buying whole trilogy series before knowing if I liked the books or not. Alright, again, these I think are a duology. It was around, again, BookTube for a little bit. The first book, I believe, this is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. This is this one. Again, I'm having a multitask. I do apologize for the noise in the background, but okay, she may take that on. Alright. Then I believe this is the second book, Children of Blood and Bone, or I may have them backwards. I can never remember, and this one does not indicate it on it. So, again, by Tomi Adeyemi. I believe this may be maybe a fantasy dealing with their culture. Not as familiar. Again, that would be a first time reading of that author. Again, another Darcy Coates. I got this one for Christmas. The Haunting of Ashburn House. Alright, and then another Christmas book that I got, Novice Dragoneer. This is the first Dragoneer Academy novel, so starting of a series. I believe this is YA. This is by E.E. Knight. YA, hopefully a little bit on the older side of YA, so hopefully I will enjoy it. I got this particular cover because I love it. I didn't care for the newer cover that had it, but it was an old library copy. So a semi-definitive list of worst nightmares by Crystal Sutherland. So I have that one. So that went around for a hot second, I think, on BookTube for a while, and then haven't heard much since. This is Nightmare by Chad Nichols. Again, back when I was trying my hand at horror books. So we're weeding those out as I read them. If I like them, I keep them. Of course, if I don't, it passes on. This is Pet by I'm going to butcher this name. I do apologize. Waki Emezi. Again, I do apologize. I'm not the best with saying names. Again, I've dabbled in nonfiction books. This is Ed and Lorraine Warren. Their book story is Graveyard, so I think it's supposed to be based on, I think, true stories. Again, they are the ones that did the Conjuring movies, the Annabelle movies, the Nun movies, so kind of dabbling into their stories. I heard about this. This is more of a dark Peter Pan retelling, I believe, if I will remember it right. This is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. Again, more along the thriller style of books. This is A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. Again, you can tell, I wish they would stop putting stickers on the front of books. Again, the more of the nonfiction. This is actually, I think, diving more about them as a couple and what they do. The Demonologist, An Extraordinary Career of Ed and Lorraine Warren. And this is by Gerald Brittle. Then we have The Infinity Courts by Akemi Dawn Boatman. Yeah, the cover makes it a little bit more difficult. I think this is more of sci-fi, maybe young adult sci-fi. Here are those, the last two. And then I have volumes 7 and 8, or 6 and 7. Again, the collector's edition for the fruit baskets that I'm trying to work my way through. And this is by Natsuki Takaya, I think. That's how you say the name. Again, I do apologize. And this is book 6, volume 6 of the collector's edition. Okay. All right. Have any of you guys read any of the books that I showed you? Any of them that you're excited about for me to read if you've read them? I can't wait again to dive into them, see what I love. Again, starting to fade out books that I'm no longer interesting, or genres I'm no longer interested in reading, as I'm trying to shift my channel more to the romance. Again, I will have, here or there, hit or miss, or no, here or there thriller books, because I do still enjoy them, but probably not so much of the horror side of things, so that's really not my niche where I wanted to be, but primarily will be the romance books. So I do have some high fantasy books in here, again, back when I was doing all of that, but I'm kind of leaning away from that and more towards the romance. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the books that I've shared. I know a lot of them are from years past, kind of backdated, but I'm not as up on the times as I should be because I am backlogged. So my purpose is to read down my to be read so that I can focus on more new releases and get them here and there, but I'm not trying to break the bank bringing in additional books if I'm not super sonic interested in them. I will try to be using more of my KU subscription that I have, Audible, and the Everand service as well, to help supplement my reading. But anyways, as Nick says, come back. Hold on. Come on. Yeah, you can. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and until my next one, you guys. Bye.